This is the Midday News. Thanks for joining us. The government has allocated more than 856 million kina for school fees assistance this year, an increase of 88.846 million kina from the 2023 allocation of the 767.84 million kina. Prime Minister James Marape made the announcement today after meeting with the Secretary of Education, Dr. Uke Kombra, on the outcomes of the Department of Education in 2023 and priorities set for the 2024. A first quarter allocation of the 214 million kina is anticipated to be disbursed this month just before the commencement of classes. The Prime Minister emphasized the need for accountability in the utilization of these funds during the announcement. He urged school administrations to responsibly manage the annual disbursement covering both school fees and project fees. Bougainville Copper Limited's Bougainville Copper Foundation has reintroduced its scholarship program for the 2024 academic year, targeting tertiary students in Papua New Guinea and 12th graders. Financial constraints pending exploration, approval and restricted funds shaped program parameters. Priority is given to landowners. Inclusivity extends to all Bougainvilleans and those with special circumstances. Support includes tuition, accommodation, book allowances and pocket allowances with no airfare coverages. Application deadline is Wednesday, January 10, 2024. Forms are available online and at BCL offices in Buka, Arawa and Port Moresby. The autonomous Bougainville government, represented by John Bosco Ragu, has affirmed its unwavering support for local businesses, encouraging partnerships as vital for Bougainville's economic growth and eventual independence. This endorsement was delivered during the opening of Kuta Limited service station in Buka. In a related context, Island Petroleum's Managing Director Suren Chandran congratulated Michael and Christine Boko for their commitment, marking 2 decades of collaboration. Despite challenges faced by Kuta Limited, including limited land hindering expansion plans, the company remained dedicated to contributing to Bougainville's economic recovery. These developments showcased a harmonious effort between the government and businesses in shaping Bougainville's future. Digicel has announced 3 lucky cash grand prize winners from its 2023 Christmas promotion, dubbed Christmas. This Christmas, Digicel is making wishes come true. 3 lucky Digicel customers have won cash prizes of 100,000 kina, 50,000 kina and 30,000 kina respectively.
Digicel has made its customers' wishes come true with 180,000 kina cash grand prizes in its 2023 Christmas promotion. The cash grand prize draw was officiated by Digicel PNG's head of legal and regulatory Michael Henao on Wednesday, January 3, 2024 at the Digicel head office, witnessed by external auditor from Smart Biz Pacific Limited, Felix Gabriel, First Constable Owen Kawage and Constable Nick Pareke from the Royal PNG Constabulary. The randomly selected qualifying mobile numbers drawn were further vetted and provided to Yumi FM radio station on Friday, January 5, 2024. The mobile numbers were then called live on air, announcing and congratulating the winners through the live radio broadcast.
Number blue you, winning nothing through 50,000 kina.
Thank you, Kasti. Thank you, Digicel.
Well, congratulations.
Digicel PNG's Senior Vice President Lorna McPherson said she was excited to make the announcement of the cash grand prizes. The third place winner of 30,000 kina cash is Idao Jake of Port Moresby. Moses Sound of Vanimo, the second place winner of 50,000 kina, and Willie William of Ley winning the first place grand prize of 100,000 kina cash. McPherson says Digicel congratulates the 3 winners and also its daily and weekly winners and thanks them all for participating by topping up 5 kina or more and those who purchased a phone from Digicel during the 2023 festive season. Maricela Kelleton, TVWan News.
A policeman and 3 other civilians were arrested yesterday for damaging an ATM machine at Rainbow in Port Moresby. According to NCD and Central Assistant Commissioner of Police Anthony Wagambi Jr., the 4 are now in custody at the Barocco Police Station, awaiting an internal investigations unit to gather information including CCTV footage before issuing charges for them. Wagambi said the policeman will also be charged administratively for disgraced conduct in the police force. A local church in remote Pinebit village in Angoram district, East Sepik province, has taken the initiative to promote basic computing training to local. It is being supported by Mission Aviation Fellowship Technologies, MAF, Technologies Ministry Partnership Office, and BCT facilitator Kane Ruruk said the training was targeted to help promote getting their first exposure to learning. Majority of the participants were youths who did not have proper formal education opportunities. They were eager to learn the basics of computing and in the end were given certificates for completing the course. According to MAF Technologies, Pinebit villagers have shown commitment and willingness to educate the next generation. They demonstrated this by building classrooms with boost materials. The challenge is bringing in teachers and learning materials. Residents in southeast Queensland are continuing to clean up after being hit by back-to-back natural disasters. The damage bill is rising and will likely run into the billions of dollars. With thousands of homes still without power, the Army arrived to help out clearing trees and removing debris.
Juice Walton has lived in the scenic rim for 25 years. He spent his birthday picking up the pieces of his demolished home.
All of this road basically been cleared just by us. So it's just been a nightmare.
He's now sleeping in a bus on his property after he was told power wouldn't be restored anytime soon.
They actually said to me this morning, there's no record of me being here. And I said to them, well, how come I've been paying power bills for 25 years?
With 99% of the power grid connected in southeast Queensland, crews are still working tirelessly on the ground to reconnect the last households. Authorities have warned the cleanup is far from over.
It's true, recovering from this disaster, particularly when it comes to those severely damaged and destroyed households, that's going to take years.
Many residents in the southeast feel they've been left in the dark.
It's almost a little bit like a nightmare, I guess.
Alex Williams and his family have been without power since Christmas night. They were forced to move out of their rented Upper Coomera home.
I can't live here. There's no running water, there's no power still. Essentially, the house is sort of unlivable.
From tomorrow afternoon, 2 forms of financial assistance will be made available to residents. The first is a one-off payment to support those who've suffered injury or damage to their homes, while a disaster recovery allowance will help those who have been unable to work.
Some people we know have found it difficult to get to their work because of road damage or debris.
But many say without power and internet, they haven't been able to access support.
My wife's been told about them, but we've got no internet, we've got nothing.
A grim outlook as the cleanup continues.
French Prime Minister Elisabeth Borne has resigned amid a cabinet reshuffle from President Emmanuel Macron. Borne suggested she resigned as at President Macron's request. Mr. Macron's term is to end in 2027 and he will not be able to run again for president. Ms. Borne, 62, was France's second female prime minister, appointed in 2022 during Mr. Macron's second term. In her resignation letter, Mr. Boni suggested she resigned at Mr. Macron's request, citing the president's will to appoint a new prime minister. Her resignation follows contentious immigration legislation backed by Mr. Macron aimed at strengthening the government's ability to deport some foreigners, among other measures. More than 20,000 people are currently awaiting for elective surgeries in South Australia, more than 4,000 of them overdue. It's due to significant ambulance ramping, creating a backlog in the state's hospitals.
As of yesterday, 20,835 people were on that elective surgery wait list. Nearly 4,200 of them were considered overdue. The issue here is ambulance ramping, which has been a problem across Adelaide hospitals for quite some time. The backlog within those hospitals just not allowing those people on that wait list to be seen. The government said that the wait list does grow each year after Christmas, and that is due to medical staff taking leave over that Christmas and New Year period. In December, there were nearly 4,000 hours of ramping. That was actually an improvement on the previous month, but ramping was once again highlighted last week when it was announced that a 54-year-old man sadly passed away in December. That was after waiting 10 hours for an ambulance. The government has acknowledged there is much more needed to be done to improve the health system here in South Australia. There has been claims of patients in ambulances have been prioritised over sicker patients in waiting rooms. The ambulance union and ambulance staff, they have claimed that patients in waiting rooms have been prioritised over sicker patients in ambulances. The CEO of the health department says they're making inroads to help manage overdue elective surgery wait times. Part of that is by introducing measures, creating capacity within hospitals and working with the private sector to find appropriate places for NDIS and aged care places to go who are ready for discharge.
In sports, EGMA Guria's club management will be announcing its pre-season squad for the 2024 Digicel ExxonMobil Cup season in the coming days. This would include its coaching staff. It is understood Coach Francis Ray's 3-year tenure with the Gurias expired after the 2023 season. While the coaching position is now vacant, it is understood that all-time Guria greats in Watova-Puara Jr. and Aseboas have been tipped for the top job, which would be confirmed before the squad is officially announced. Guria's team manager, Mapua Tamtu, said they have named a 40-man training squad pending further endorsement from the franchise executive before it is released through the official EGMA Guria's Facebook page and mainstream media. The World Rugby Challenger Series is set to kick off on Friday, January 12 in the United Arab Emirates, with PNG pooled in Group A amongst some strong opponents. The PNG Puk-Puks is pooled with Georgia, Hong Kong China Sevens and Uruguay, while the Palais is pooled with Belgium, Thailand and Uganda. The Hong Kong China Sevens team would be a strong opponent for the PNG Puk-Puks given their result in the recent HSBC Sevens games. But under the guidance of coach Ayam Pilokos, the team is ready for the challenge. For the Palais, Belgium Sevens is the team to beat. The 2024 edition of the Challenger Series runs from January to May and features combined men's and women's events in Dubai, UEA and Montevideo, Uruguay, before standalone events in Germany and Poland for men and women respectively. That ends the Midday News Update. Join us for more at 6 p.m.
Midday as a Zumba.